First it was the red tide, yun pala, it could be the oil, it's the end of the world. Well, either way, no? No, it's coming to the end of the world. No. Okay, so we're going back there. What's the problem there? You've got progress. America needs the oil. They take it offshore. They suck it outside. They bring it up. They definitely need that energy. It's right beside a pristine environment area where all the birds and fisheries in the whole area of Louisiana. Di ba doon kumukuha eh?
Yeah.
So, anong mali doon? Yung oil, ang Amerikano, yung ano nangyari doon? Because there's really a disaster ongoing now.
Accident, yun eh.
I realize it's an accident, but in a case like this, it's a first world country. We're talking of US of A, di ba? And it's happening there. Hindi naman na plano yun. Ano? I mean, kailangan mo yung progress, kailangan mo yung mineral, yung resource ng langis.
Yeah.
Eh, nagka-aksidente nga, nasira, namatay ngayon yung environment. Sino mali doon? Gobyerno? Modernity? People? Greed? Government? I don't know. What do you think? How would you assess that situation there? Difficult situation, but that's an ecotourism site, mind you.
Yeah.
Those are the swamps, the Everglades, yun eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
Well, they were trying to balance things out, no? And considering that the oil rig was around 60 miles away from the nearest...
5,000 feet deep, huh?
Yeah, and then 5,000 feet deep. That's almost a mile down there. And in terms of governance, they have this regulatory thing, no? Regulatory policies.
EPA sa Amerika.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, there was some lapses probably in their drilling, and accidents happen. And according to the news, they were not ready to. They were not prepared for that
so
kind
the ecology fought back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lumaban.
Yeah.
Beat back.
Yeah.
Lumaban ang nature, sumigaw si Mother Earth, di ba? Tama na! Yan, lumalabas. Nakikita niyo. Parang ganun yan. That's what you're saying. There are certain capacities once you pursue that. That's why you're saying that actually, whether we say there's government control or not, it's really Mother Earth who's going to say, the ecology is going to say when to stop. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That was precisely my point.
Yeah.
Should it come to that time?
Good point. Give that back to them. Should we wait and see a disaster like this happening?
Yeah, that's the problem because the effect, the environmental effect, comes after the development. It's really a backlash of something that we've done. And most of the time, we don't know there's going to be a backlash. For some, like for example, deforestation, we already know. We already know. Yes. But we don't know all the time.
But this is where what you're saying. This is where the balancing act takes a very, very precarious and very sensitive position. Why? Because you cannot invite investors, for example, in an ecotourism spot, and say before you put up your facilities, you have got to anticipate accidents. That's going to be a lot of investments, right?
Yeah.
And then it will take them some time before the return on investments will come. Therefore, we might even discourage the investors, you see. Some investors, correct me if I'm wrong, some investors don't even realize that a 70-year-old Nara tree, can give you a 5-horsepower air conditioning effect.
Yeah.
You're saying if we cut it down?
No, you don't cut it down. You don't cut it
I'm on the
down.
police now. Excuse me, lady, gentlemen. We're going to have to take a short break. Now, if you're interested in this issue, stay on. Now, I can understand to some of you, parang, anong pinag-uusapan nila? Ba't ang lalim? Ba't ganon? Alam niyo po, itong pinag-uusapan namin, hindi lang para magtunog kami parang intelihente. Ang pinag-uusapan po dito, kasi kami rin, pinag-iintindihan namin kung anong maganda, kung anong nangyayari sa mundo. Can we actually regulate? Should we regulate? How do we look forward? If we want to become sensitive, how do we become sensitive? Can we program efforts? These are the answers we're trying to figure out, because even this scene, this BP problem in Louisiana, nakikita natin araw-araw, nobody wants to put oil on all these sea mammals and animals and whatnot. Like you said, it's an ecological disaster. Problem is, when nature does bite back, it really hurts, kasi kakagating ka talaga. In our case, the Ormoc tragedy when the rainfall came down the mountain. So these are the little things that we're talking about, but the word is not little. It's real, it's heavy, It's now, and it's an everyday issue. And everybody's involved, not just the politicians, not just the politics of today. It's called life. Stay with us. We'll be right back on the same issues.
Yeah.
You can go side.
Hi, I'm Gil Santos, your co-host for today. You've been watching GNN's biodiversity advocacy and our effort to make this thing understandable to everybody. And we have had our guest here, Dr. Donna Reyes, the Executive Director of the Environmental Studies of Miriam College, and Dr. Filberto Pollisco Jr., the Program Development Specialist of the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity. Let me ask you one thing. Isn't there now a law which says all environmental clearance certificates, ECCs, for any project, be it industrial, commercial, or even ecotourism spots, be cleared first with the local government unit?
Well,
actually with the DNR, right?
Yeah, it's with the DNR, but it depends on the level of development for the environmental impact system, so which we call EIS. And if it's in a protected area or an ecologically critically ecosystem, then they have to get the permit or the ECC from the national government. But if it's a very small, from the DNR. But if it's a very small project, then it can only be, the compliance certificate can be gotten from the regional office of the DNR. And if it's really a small one, then the local government can issue such permit.
But technically, doesn't that entail the detailed, specific scientific study of how the impact of the project will be on the place, on the area?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be?
Yes, it includes it.
Yes.
In fact, you have to look at the whole ecology, the impact on biological diversity and the water, on the other resources that are found in the place.
Yes.
Yes, that's in the law.
Doctor, when we talk of ecotourism, biodiversity, these are new keywords. Of course, Al Gore is coming to town, and the inconvenient truth, and what you call climate change, diba, and all of these buzzwords. This has become popular only in the last 2 to 3 years. Prior to this, hindi naman ganun ka-importante yan o hindi na pag-uusapan. For example, yung mga areas that has been degenerated because of progress. Again, Boracay, for example, diba? And other resorts. Hindi naman noon alam ng mga local government yan or even DNR kasi political in nature ang DNR, hindi scientist in nature. Diba? Ideally, they should have been academic informed. The scientists, maybe involved even the universities involved, that study. Only now is it really becoming a real issue because it's a world issue. Whether or not it is true we are running out of resources, we know we are mistreating Mother Earth. And we should do it properly. And because of intelligence, we've become to realize it, and we're slowly addressing it worldwide. In the Philippines, does the DNR have that capacity, first and foremost? Because political positions yan eh. Pag malapit ka sa presidente, bibigay sa yung portfolio na yan eh. Tapos iba susunod na lang sa iyo. And the power is the ability to sign permits. But is to sign the permit, is it the strength of that authority, or is it not the study and research of the environment that should be considered first and foremost?
Yeah, it has to be based.
Should be.
Should be.
Is it or is it not?
Half again.
And yun, no? It's provided for in the law that there must be an environmental impact study.
I'll give you an example. Right in the city, we have the airport in between villages. Di ba yung airport natin, naiiyak ko sana ng tatlong airport, Centennial and the third. You got the runways which end up right in a very high-dense area, the super SLEX. You've got the other area, which on both sides, which is basically